The International Monetary Fund, or IMF, has issued a dire warning to the United States. Picture this, a giant red flag waved by one of the world's most influential financial bodies. The IMF is cautioning the US about a potentially disastrous financial path it's currently treading. The concern? Unsustainable government spending and a national debt that's spiraling upwards, unchecked and unbridled. This isn't a mere domestic issue. The US economy, as we know, is a colossal global player. Its actions, its decisions, and yes, even its mistakes have ripple effects that can disrupt the entire global economic ecosystem. The IMF is worried that the US economy is overheated. What does that mean? Imagine a vehicle, its engine revving beyond its limits, the temperature gauge inching ominously into the red. That's an overheated economy, one that's running at an unsustainable pace, fueled by excessive government spending and mounting debt. This concern isn't just a whisper in financial circles. It's an urgent alarm, resounding across credit rating agencies and former government officials alike. All are echoing the same sentiment. The US debt and deficits are growing at a troubling rate. The numbers speak for themselves, and they're speaking volumes about the potential financial storm brewing on the horizon. But here's the thing, these issues can be addressed. The storm can be averted. The IMF's warning isn't just a heads up about the problem, it's also a call to action. It's a prompt for Congress to step up, to take decisive measures and restore long-term fiscal stability. It's a plea for sustainable public finances, a pivot towards a more responsible fiscal strategy. This isn't just a concern for the US, but for the global economy as a whole. This is the crux of the IMF's warning. And it's a caution we should all take seriously, because when the US staff sneezes, the world often catches a cold. And right now, the US is showing signs of a financial fever that could spread far and wide. The IMF isn't alone in its concerns about US debt. This growing unease is not confined to the halls of this international financial institution. There are multiple voices from various sectors sounding the alarm bells about the increasing US debt and deficits. Among these voices are former government officials, individuals who have been in the thick of things, who understand the intricacies of governmental finances. They have served in administrations and have seen the financial mechanics of the nation firsthand. Now, they are standing on the sidelines, expressing their worries about the ballooning national debt and the potential pitfalls that could follow if this issue isn't addressed. But it's not just the former officials. Credit rating agencies, the financial world's watchdogs, are also joining in this chorus of concern. These agencies, tasked with evaluating the creditworthiness of debtors, including sovereign nations, are raising red flags about the growing US debt. Their assessments and ratings hold significant weight in the global financial markets. If they're worried, it's a sign that we need to sit up and take notice. Moreover, it's not just about the numbers. It's about the future, the kind of world we're leaving for the next generation. It's about ensuring the stability of the global economy, which, in many ways, is intertwined with the fiscal health of the United States. The chorus of concern is growing louder, and it's time to pay attention. The echoes of concern are reverberating around the world, pushing us to look beyond the immediacy of our current circumstances. The time to act is now. Not tomorrow, not next year, but now. Because the longer we wait, the larger the debt becomes, and the harder it will be to climb out of this financial hole. So, what can be done to address these financial challenges? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The answer, in essence, is action. Not just any action, but deliberate, decisive, and strategic action. The International Monetary Fund, along with several experts in the field, has made recommendations for Congress to tackle these looming financial issues. These recommendations aren't just about putting a Band-Aid on a gaping wound. They're about surgery, about making deep, structural changes to restore long-term fiscal stability. First and foremost, sustainable public finances need to be established. This doesn't mean simply balancing the books for the next fiscal year. It means creating a financial system that can endure for years, decades, and beyond. A system that can weather economic storms, and not just when the sun is shining. Secondly, it's about reining in overheated spending. This isn't about making drastic cuts that could harm those who rely on government services. It's about making smart, calculated decisions that prioritize long-term stability over short-term gain. Finally, it's about transparency and accountability. The government needs to be clear about its financial position and the steps it's taking to improve it. The public, in turn, needs to hold the government accountable for its actions. This is a team effort, a journey that we all must embark on together. The time for action is now. It's not just about the well-being of the United States, it's about the global economy. The world is watching, waiting for the US to step up and lead by example. The stakes are high, but the potential rewards are even higher. Fiscal stability isn't just a financial goal, it's a path to a more secure and prosperous future. The time for action is now. It's a matter of not just national, but global importance. So, what does this all mean for the average person? You might be asking yourself this very question. Well, let's explore the potential implications of the escalating US debt on our economy and day-to-day life. First, let's talk about inflation. This is when the general level of prices for goods and services rises, eroding your purchasing power. More government debt can lead to more money being pumped into the economy. While this might sound like a good thing initially, it can eventually lead to inflation. This means the dollars in your pocket might not go as far as they once did. Next up is interest rates. The US government borrows money by issuing bonds. When the national debt increases, the government might have to increase the interest rate on these bonds to make them more attractive to buyers. Higher interest rates can make it more expensive for businesses and individuals to borrow money, potentially slowing economic growth. Lastly, let's consider government services. If the US debt continues to grow, the government may need to cut spending on public services to pay its bills. This could mean less funding for things like infrastructure, education, and social programs. These are services that many of us rely on daily, so the potential impacts of the increasing US debt are far-reaching. They could affect everything from the price of your morning coffee to the interest rate on your mortgage to the quality of your local schools and roads. The ripple effects of the US debt could reach us all. It's not just an issue for economists or politicians, but a concern that we should all be aware of and understand. It's our economy, our future, and ultimately, it's our responsibility. As we look to the future, the US faces a critical crossroads. The path we take in addressing our national debt will have significant implications, not just for us, but for the global economy. The International Monetary Fund has sounded the alarm, warning of the dangers of unsustainable government spending. The onus is now on us to heed this warning and take decisive action. The consequences of inaction are dire. The US economy, currently described as overheated, could potentially destabilize, leading to a ripple effect across the globe. It is a grim picture, one that underscores the magnitude of the situation we find ourselves in. However, all is not lost. The road to sustainable public finances may be challenging, but it is navigable. It begins with acknowledging the gravity of our situation and then taking steps to address it. This could mean making difficult decisions, such as cutting down on unnecessary spending and investing in sectors that promise long-term economic stability. The importance of sustainability in our public finances cannot be overstated. It is the bedrock upon which our future economic stability rests. It is what will allow us to weather financial storms and ensure that we continue to thrive in an increasingly interconnected global economy. The choices made today will shape the financial landscape of tomorrow. It is a responsibility that we must not shirk. For the sake of our future and the generations to come, we must make the right choices and set ourselves on a path to financial sustainability. We appreciate your understanding that this script is created by artificial intelligence, and we encourage you to comment on any issues you find. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and click on the notification bell. A special thanks to Highland County Press for their comprehensive article on this urgent issue. The link to the full article is in the description below for further reading. Please support our channel by making your everyday purchases through American Northwest Products website's Amazon and other affiliates storefront. Your support helps us continue to bring you informative and engaging content. In this segment, let's take a step back and delve deeper into the International Monetary Fund, or IMF. the body that has issued the urgent warning we've been discussing. The IMF, founded in 1944, was designed to foster global economic cooperation and secure financial stability. It provides monetary assistance and advice to member countries struggling with balance of payments problems. The IMF is made up of 190 member countries, each having representation on the IMF's executive board in proportion to their financial contributions. This structure allows the organization to represent a broad spectrum of economic realities, helping it make well-informed decisions that affect the global economy. The IMF's primary functions include monitoring economic developments on a global level, lending funds to member countries facing financial difficulties, and providing technical assistance and training to help countries improve their economic management. In the global economy, the IMF plays a crucial role. It acts as a monitor, advisor, and lender, steering the world towards economic stability. It's a role that has become even more critical in an era marked by economic interdependence. Understanding the IMF helps us comprehend the weight of the warning it has issued. This institution, with its finger on the pulse of global economics, has seen imminent danger in the path we tread. It's a warning that carries significant weight and one that calls for our immediate attention. In the next segment, we will explore potential solutions and strategies to address the concerns raised by the IMF. Stay tuned, and remember, your support through likes, shares, and subscriptions helps us continue to bring important discussions like this to the forefront. Now, let's move forward together towards a sustainable future.